Xin Chao, what's up everybody? Alright, today the Prime Minister ordered all the cities in Vietnam to clear the sidewalks. So, yeah, what's up bro? Say what's up.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, G? So, they said they want the Prime Minister, the President, direct order to all the major cities, primarily targeted at Saigon and Hanoi, is they want to do a complete sidewalk cleanup at this point. They want to have all the sidewalks free. And we're going to get into this on like why this isn't going to work, even if they do it. And how they can actually achieve this, but it's not achievable in any kind of soon time period. So yeah, he pretty much said he wants all the sidewalks to be pedestrian friendly. He doesn't want any food stalls, doesn't want it for parking. He wants the sidewalks clear. For some reason they've got it in their head that that's maybe what's preventing tourism, which is wild. But this is kind of how politics are. So the reason why this won't work is because where you got it, okay, so Singapore had this problem a long time ago. Before Singapore, the great Singapore it is now, once upon a time, Singapore looked very much like a Vietnam. It operated very much the same. Almost all the countries in Southeast Asia at some point all kind of looked the same, including China. So the way that Singapore approached this is they introduced the hawker. But they kind of brought the hawkers out after they had their subway completed, after they had mass transportation figured out. So once it was easier for people not to be driving a motorbike and being able to take mass transportation easily, then it was much easier to set up hawker stations, then offer the poorer vendors an ability to get into one of these hawkers and set up a shop and build it out at a very discounted and reasonable price. Now we're so far away from that here. It's just Hanoi and Saigon. Sure, Hanoi has their first subway lineup, but they need their entire subway done for that to properly work out. It's going to be a long time before a subway here or in Hanoi is finished. I think Saigon, you're talking 10, 15 years before the subway is completely done. And then on top of that, like a subway on its own, with a city like this, will not work. It will also require a expertly done mass bus transportation system. Like Singapore is amazing because the subway will get you really close to pretty much everything, but then if you need to go like just a kilometer farther or a couple kilometers farther, you can jump on their bus system, just tap the card, ride the bus for 5 minutes, and boom, you can get directly off on foot of where you're trying to go almost everywhere in the city. One of the better mass transportation systems worldwide, in my opinion. Of course, we can't go back that way because we've got Speaker City. We shot the Tom Phu, the AM Mall, and the outdoor area. We'll see that content coming up in the next few days. It just takes a lot more editing because it's longer and there's edits needed to be made and stuff. So, but you're going to require a proper mass transportation system so people can easily travel around without the need of a motorbike. And it's going to be a little bit more difficult in Vietnam to convince people not to use a motorbike until that transportation system is perfect. So you can efficiently get on the subway and travel just as fast, if not faster, than you could by the motorbike, and have stops everywhere. And then, like I said, have a bus system set up that's really efficient. I think it will happen here. I know it will. I promise you it will happen here. It's a guarantee that it's just a matter of time. You can't beat the inevitable, and they're already putting in a subway station. This is it right over here. This is the Opera House stop over here for the subway. It's going to happen, and it's going to completely revolutionize Vietnam. And then once Hanoi's done, and then you'll probably see other cities start to do some kind of mass transpo. I don't know what other city. Probably Da Nang would be the other, or Hue, the city Hue. Again, those are going to take forever. The first big step to like any kind of way you could get any kind of vendor off the street is you've got to give them a spot to go. So first would be to create hawkers. And then you've got to have the mass transportation so they don't need the motorbike. So until these things happen, it's just simply a hope and a wish and a prayer. You know, here's what's going to happen. Like, I guarantee you there'll be some kind of teams that come through, like police, that really crack down hard on all the like sidewalks for maybe a month. And then after they leave and they're not going to patrol anymore. Like, Vietnam's policing system is one of the weirdest I've ever seen in my whole life out of anywhere I've ever traveled. They've got like police booths set up everywhere. There's rarely a police guy in there. If there is, he's like he's army police and he's sitting on his phone, like, you know. And their CCTV stretch isn't good enough. Like, you know, a lot of times if you get something stolen, you'll go to the police station and be like, oh, my phone got stolen while I was walking. Can you pull up the CCTV? And in Saigon, they're like, oh, this one isn't working. This one wasn't recording right. No, we can't find nothing. We tried. Or they just make it incredibly difficult to even try to get access to the CCTV. Heck, it wasn't easy for me to make like a report in Korea for the CCTV for my phone. And they still kind of didn't want to do it there. So, I mean, I think we're just a long ways off before that's any kind of happening. The first thing is, like I said, is you've got to provide a system of transportation so that they can, this guy's got no arms, poor dude. Provide a situation where they can just take a subway or a bus to go everywhere. That is the only way you'll ever combat the motorbike problem. And how far away from that are we? Like I just said, we're what, 10 years? Maybe 15 years from that? You know, the Hanoi subway line has picked up 269% from last year from ridership. So people are starting to really take the Hanoi one. And college students are starting to get apartments that are at a stop, so they can officially take the line. I think it goes like 14 kilometers and has 10 stops. But it only operates every 10 minutes because it's not a full loop line. Like, you've got to have, how inefficient is that? Who wants to wait for a subway for 10 minutes every time? It's just not efficient. We got the young family. Two girls. If he tries for a third, it will be another girl. That's how that cookie crumbles every time. You know, and even then, you're never gonna get rid of the banh mi lady with her random cart, or the random pho lady. Like, that is gonna be super hard to get rid of. Granted, I think that is a dying art form here. You don't see a lot of younger generational, you know, food cart people. It's all older generation for the most part. So I think that is kind of a, you know, because what's happening is like more and more kids are going to college here. In fact, a lot of kids go to college here, whether abroad or they just study locally. So many kids are in some kind of trade school or college here, so they don't need to open up a banh mi or a pho or any of these things, you know. The demand just isn't there anymore for like this lady carrying a cart. Like, this is becoming kind of a lost art. Not quite, but like it's encroaching on that thing, you know. And this might even be a side hustle for this lady. She might do something else per day. That's why you see all these people with like iPhones, iPhone 13s, 14s. Because, hey, sure, maybe they're running a stand. Like, we got a guy holding an iPhone right here. Another dude holding an iPhone. They're both like the best iPhones. So I mean, there's a reason why they can get these things. It's because they're hustling their ass off. So I just think we're a really long ways out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think it'll happen anytime soon? I think, like what I said, they'll try to clean it up for like a week or two or maybe a month, and then they'll just roll them back out. Because it would require a huge task force to just be dedicated to that, and they're not going to do that. And then you've got the whole coffee money, tea money, you know? It's just like a very difficult thing to combat and a very hard thing to change. Baddie. So yeah, if you want to do a tour, you have to sign up for the Patreon. I've done a bunch of tours now. If you've done a tour, say in the comment section how awesome it was. I did one last night. The guy had a fantastic time. You know, so far I've just been doing night tours, but they've all gone very well. So if you want to do a tour, sign up for the Patreon. Then there's going to be a lot of extra content. I'm shooting a Patreon video after this, so don't be afraid to sign up for it. It's a good way to support the channel. And if you want to meet me when you come here, that's the way you got to do it. So as ever, I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Stay frosty. See you on the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.